Hello everyone, I have a few books back from CGC. These are modern, regular submission books. They're not pre-screens, anything like that. I don't think there's going to be any 9/8s in here or anything, but who knows? Maybe we will get lucky on a couple. So let me get it unboxed and let's take a look. Alright, they're ready to go. And another one of these bubble bag type deals. And it looks like they're all packed in here. I don't know what we got here, about maybe $8-10, something like that. I'm just going to pull from the back here. I'm not sure what, if they put these in the right order or whatever. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. Okay, so we got the Weber Spider-Man number 32 right off the bat. One of my favorite covers of all time. Yeah, no, not much else to say besides this is just one of the greatest covers ever drawn, in my opinion. So, I'm trying to see real quick. Oh yeah, this is the Mark Jewelers. Now this is a mid-grade-ish book. I had it as a 5.0. And I believe there is some large creases on the book that kind of limit the grade. I can't remember whether it's on the back front. It's actually both. There's some little tears here or there as well. And yeah, this thing had seen some love over the years. So I tried to, get it back to a good presenting book. And I think I accomplished that much. So, this beautiful Mike Zeck cover deserves to be displayed, so that's kind of one of the things. I've already got this book in both newsstand and direct, trying to get all the variants of it. So this is a good starting point, whatever grade we get, which hopefully we get the 5.0. Oh, okay. We will take a 5.5 off-white to white pages on this book. And yeah, you can see there's little tears there, a little chunk missing right there, but that stuff's on the back. If you look at the front of this book, I mean, if we were standing right here and I took a look, there's some spine ticks obvious, but I mean, it looks like an 8.0 plus to me, just looking at it. So we will certainly be very happy to have this amazing presenting 5.5 in the collection. 55, man. All right. Got a speed limit book finally. All right, next book. See this, if it's in the right order, this would be another Mark Jewelers. This would be ASM 316, and yes, it is. So this one's a little higher grade. I had it as a 7.0 when it started, and with a potential of getting 9.0 is what I have. So I'm hoping for 9.0. Now there's a big color rub right here. If you could see that color rub right there, which I think limits the grade. I mean, the book looks like a 9.4. I mean, just looking at it, at least a 9.4. So yeah, let's just see. Okay, we got the 9.0 on it, which is exactly what I was hoping to get. I mean, if you had seen this book before I started on it, yeah, if you had told me I would get a 9.0 on this book, I would have thought you were crazy because I did a lot of work on this book. So very, very happy to have these two books in the collection. Mark Jewelers. Two of my favorite covers ever. Okay, so the next one. Okay, Amazing Spider-Man, Uncanny X-Men on 129. I would love if this was Amazing Spider-Man 129, but no, it's X-Men 129, which is a big book in its own right. First Kitty Pryde and all of that. I had it as a 9.4 when I bought it. Now, I bought this online, and I thought, man, there's not much chance of getting 9.8 on this book. But I thought it was worth going for it, But once I took it out of the case and all that stuff, I realized there's no way this thing's going to get 9.8. So I'm just trying to retain the 9.4, basically. It was actually an overgraded book, I think. I think this was more like a 8.5, 9.0 when I got it. But it was just some hidden stuff you couldn't really see until it was fully out of the slab. I mean, that's just going to happen occasionally. So we're hoping to retain the 9.4. Oh, we got a little upgrade. I don't think we'll make anything on that, but man, if we could just break even or make a little bit, that would be awesome. So yeah, I will definitely take the 9.6 on that. Yeah, that's a nice little surprise right there. Okay. If we're in the right order here, this should be a Ghost Rider number 10. Now, this one was sitting around in my drawer down here where I store some books for a very, very long time. I worked a lot on it, did a lot of work on it. And then I said, oh, it's probably not going to get 9.8 anyway. So I kind of set it aside, worked on some books that had a little better potential, and finally came back around to it. And I think the big flaw in this one is it has like a staple tear right here. That's going to keep it out of 9.8 territory, and there's a couple ticks as well. But I do have it as a 9.6. I just think that these two things here are going to limit that, which is fine. I'll be perfectly happy with 9.4, 9.6, anything like that. I bought it as a 9.4, so if we can retain the grade, that's good. If we can get a bump, that's good. So we did just retain the grade, which is kind of the opposite. I thought that X-Men 129 was a 9.4, got 9.6. Thought this was a 9.6, got 9.4. But we'll take it. I mean, we retained the grade. It's a beautiful book. As you can see, I didn't do any kind of whitening on it. It's still got a little bit of yellowing, patina, that kind of thing. Whenever you have a staple tear, especially, I won't ever mess with any kind of whitening. And I don't really do much of that anymore unless it's like a spot. I think I've talked about this in other videos. I think the jury's still out on what we can do with that stuff. So I kind of err on the safe side. And I don't think crisping this book up and perfectly white was going to make any difference because, like I said, we have that staple tear. So yeah, but very happy to get the 9.4 back. That's perfectly fine. And I mean, that was the expectation, and that we wouldn't get a 9.8 on it. And if you're not going to get a 9.8, 9.4, 9.6 is about the same as far as value goes on those books, I think. All right, now this Star Wars 68 is was a little bit disappointing. I bought it at Heroes Con in 2025. This was one of the disappointing books. Because I swear I looked at this guy had like 15 copies. Matt with Impress Comics was staying there with me. I think he bought a couple copies. I looked over every single copy. He did as well. And this is the nicest one we saw. But for some reason when I got home, I don't know if there was a switcheroo or something. Because I swear when I got this thing home, it had a defect on it that I did not see with my own eyes with reading glasses on in person. So I think maybe I handed it to him to buy, and somehow he grabbed the wrong one or something, because it ended up having like a little bump, tear type right here going on it. If you look up the certification number, you probably can see it for yourself. I don't know if that's focused, but yeah. Oh, I just showed the grade. Okay, that's fine. So I didn't think there was any chance of getting 9.8. So once again, I set this one aside for a long time. And finally got back and worked on it. I thought it was about an 8.0 when I started with that defect on it. And the rest of what was on there. And I actually was hoping for 9.0 on this book. So 9.4 is near mint. I mean, we'll definitely take that. 9.4 is higher than I expected. I didn't pay much for it. Let me see if I put down a dollar amount. I paid $60 for it. So I think it's going to be worth more than that at a 9.4. So we'll do okay on that one. It's got a good story behind it anyway, right? It is the newsstand version as well. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's the first appearance of Planet Mandalore. Everybody thinks it's Boba Fett on the cover, but it's actually not. It's just one of the Mandalorians. It's not particularly Boba Fett, but it looks like him. So that's why that book is very popular and a lot of people want it. All right, so we got X-Men 98. Now, you might notice something about this book. The price. When I saw this book, it was a 9.2 slab. And I just had to go for it because the highest graded copy of a 30-cent price variant is 9.6. And I thought this book looked at least a 9.4 online. I was like, and even just getting a bump to 9.4 I think was a significant increase in value. So I rolled the dice. Now I don't think there's any chance of 9.8 on this book. And I actually have it as a 9.4 myself. So, but we retain 9.2. I might take another stab because I think this is a 9.4, but it could be 9.2, could be 9.4. Okay, we actually got 9.0 on this book. I'll have to look at the grader notes. I don't know why, because that is definitely not a 9.0 book. Show you the spine. There's a little ding here on the bottom of the spine. Look at the spine there, you can see not much going on there, right? Corners. And the back, of course. Back edges and spine. And the corners. So that's definitely a resubmit. I don't agree with that grade. I don't know what's going on. I mean, for all I know, CGC damaged it and then graded it. They do that fairly commonly, unfortunately, lately. But yeah, I'll do a follow-up video on it once it comes back again. And we'll just see. It's a little bit disappointing, but, you know, whatever. We'll just resubmit it. I mean, if I've got it as a 9.4, I'm conservative. Something's going on if they put 9.0. Now, maybe there's a big rip in the middle that I just completely missed. Maybe there's a chunk out of a page that I completely missed. Well, we'll see. I'll crack into it and we'll find out. All right, 2 more. Okay, we got Daredevil 168 here. Beautiful copy of this book. And I had it as a 9.6 after I was done with it. I bought it as a 9.4. I paid $2.99 for it, which is a pretty decent price for a 9.4. So I'll do okay if it gets 9.6. I bought it thinking it could get 9.8, but once I got it, I realized 9.8 was going to be an impossibility on this book. I didn't make a note, so I don't see exactly why. But I've been surprised before in this book, so let's just find out. Is that 9.2? Okay. So the grader started off a little bit harsh on this submission, it looks like, because these are the first couple 3 copies here. So I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, probably won't resubmit that one because the difference between a 9.2 and a 9.4 is probably negligible, and I think I got a good price on the 9.4 anyway. So that is a little bit weird. I might just crack that and keep it as a raw, honestly, and just keep it in the PC as a near mint minus near mint copy. Because, yeah, I don't think I'll lose money selling it immediately, so why bother doing that? Definitely not resubmitting it, at least not at this time. So, last book. Now, this one is a very interesting book. It belongs to a gentleman named Jason. He's a member of my cleaning and pressing community. And we were talking about double covers on the boards on the community. And somebody was asking, what do you do with a double cover? So yeah, I had never worked on a double cover before. I have a couple, or at least one in my collection somewhere from my childhood. I remember having it. I have no idea what box. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 12 long boxes and a few short boxes over there. So I had no clue. Maybe I'll come across it one of these days. But, so Jason was nice enough to volunteer to send me a double cover book. This Marvel Comics Presents number 77. And I kind of set it aside. I actually got a couple lower grade double cover books I just found for pretty cheap. And I worked on those first. And I didn't want to mess up his nice book. So, because this is a higher graded copy, I think it was about, I would say it was near mint minus when I got it from him. Maybe even, I don't even know what it could have graded at. But it definitely needed some work. So really, you know, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It really wasn't that much different than working on a normal comic. Of course, I've already let the community know what my findings were. And hopefully it helps them, you know, if they face double covers in the future, they'll know exactly what to do. And that's the kind of information you can find in the community. If you want to know more, it's improvedcollecting.com. If you want to join us and learn how to clean and press, buy and sell comics similar to what I'm doing, it can be a nice little side income for you. Or if you just have a giant collection you're looking to sell off, you know, that would be buying yourself a couple presses or at least one. Man, you can make yourself thousands and thousands and thousands, maybe over, I mean, it wouldn't be unheard of. Some of the people I've done some work for, they literally have added 100,000 plus to their collections by sending books to me and having me clean and press them. I mean, I tell people though, you can do it yourself. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but I have the process down pretty good now, and I teach people to do exactly what I do, you know, in my community. So back to the book. I have it as a 9.6. That's what I think I landed at, but the way they grade these is they grade it both covers, and then they'll give you the higher grade between the 2 covers. So I could see that second cover squeaking out that 9.8. Ouch. Dang. Man, I broke that finger. You guys probably have been following the channel, probably know this. Last year, playing soccer, knocking down a punt from my goalkeeper daughter. Yeah, that was not a good idea, but every once in a while, if I hold a book for a long time like this, when I take it off, I just get intense, like weird, I don't even know what to call it. Almost like, not that I have arthritis, but that's what I imagine it would feel like just kick in on that finger. So that is not pleasant. I need to go back to putting my sticky notes and stop being lazy. Just pulling them out of the boxes. But yeah, so we're happy. Jason's going to be thrilled. I'm going to send him this book. He'll get it back before this video comes out so he can unbox it and be surprised. And yeah, so that's it today. Thanks for watching. Stay nerdy. I'll see you in the next video.